Prep test 62, logic game number 1, question 4 asks us which of the following cannot be the appointments scheduled for days 4, 5, and 6 respectively. So we've got our rules and inferences over here. Let's get our master diagrams up, and this time I've put all 3 of them here because we know by now that t can only go in spaces 1, 4, and 5. We also know that when t is in space 4 or 5, the 2 other end spaces must belong to S and G. And we know that W, P, and L fill the first 3 spaces with these restrictions. So, what can we do from here? Let's take a look at A. Could this ever be days 4, 5, and 6? Well, here, certainly not, and here, certainly not. Would it be possible to put G, S, and L up here? Let's try it out. Nothing stops us from putting G here, nothing stops us from putting S here, and nothing stops us from putting L there. We still have P before both G and S, and we still have W before L. So this one seems like it can be days 4, 5, and 6. That's not what we're looking for. B, L, S, G. Well, you notice L, S, and G. It's the same 3 letters as we see right here. And if we just moved the L around and flipped the G and S around a little bit, we're still not breaking any of our restrictions on G and S, and we're still not breaking any of our rules related to W and P. So this one can be true. C, P, S, G. Well, we, again, cannot have it in either of these situations. Could we make it work up here? I'm going to rewrite it because we're getting a little messy now. So we've got T in the first spot. We want to have P, S, and G in these 3 spots. That's okay because we're still adhering to this rule right over here, the PG and PS rules. What we have left are W and L, and as long as W comes before L, we're just fine. So this can be true. Answer D, T, S, and G. You can see right away that T, S, and G could work right here in our second limited option. So that's possible. And we get to our last option, which is E. And you notice it has W, G, L, and there is never a situation where W could be in spot 4. If we want to confirm that, we can try and draw it out right in here, say. If we place, I'll actually go way up here to the top and do it up here. If we place W in spot 4, we're obviously dealing with T in space 1. We're dealing with this option right here. Okay. And we would need to have S and G in spaces 5 and 6 because they can't go in 2 or 3. You'll notice right off the bat that that does not leave any space to put L after W, and that breaks rule number 1 over here. Thus, it is not possible for W to go in space 4. E is the correct answer.